Welcome to Reparations RoundUp News and Views with the incredible Nkechi Taifa, featuring current updates and historical tidbits on the reparations movement in the U.S. and worldwide. Taifa is authentic and unapologetic, captivating and charismatic, entertaining and witty, and one of the most knowledgeable and longest-serving experts on the issue of reparations in the country. Now here's your host, award-winning author and attorney, Nkechi Taifa.
Welcome back. This is Nkechi Taifa, and I hope you are enjoying this Black History Month, known to some of us as African Heritage Month. Y'all know I like to talk about not just the tree, but the roots. On today's Reparations Roundup, let's talk about Black political prisoner that helped us here in America get to that African root. One of the most revolutionary Africans of the 20th century, the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. That's right. I called him a political prisoner. You see, his movement taught Black pride, Black self-reliance, economic independence, Black unity. It garnered unprecedented support in Black America and around the world. And a century later, his impact has not been equaled. Because of the imminent threat he posed to white supremacy in America and the West, Garvey was unjustly accused and convicted of mail fraud in 1923. But what was it really? The conviction was actually a setup to demolish the Black Star Line, the UNIA's, Universal Negro Improvement Association's signature program for Black economic independence and sovereignty. And I'm sad to say that there were some leaders right here in the Black community, intentionally or non-intentionally, that made it much easier for his conviction and then deportation back to Jamaica. Now, many of us across the country for years have been campaigning for a posthumous pardon, doing away with that sentence that was unjustly inflicted upon him. We appealed unsuccessfully to Obama, skipped past Trump, y'all know what I mean. And now we're asking President Biden, Vice President Harris to pardon him. The organizing body, led by the son of Marcus Garvey, the Dr. Julius Garvey, is called Justice for Garvey. The website is justiceforgarvey.org. That's justice, the number 4, Garvey.org. You're going to find a critical petition there at justiceforgarvey.org requesting requesting 100,000 signatures, 100,000 signatures appealing upon the Biden White House to issue a posthumous pardon and exoneration of Marcus Garvey. You know, his name has not been cleared, and it needs to happen that, Now, it's not just Nkechi Taifa doing this. There are booksellers and book publishers all across the country joining the call, calling for a pardon for the Marcus Garvey. Many of them sell books written by Marcus Garvey. Many of them sell books written by people who have written about Marcus Garvey. So they also have a vested interest in making sure that this information gets out widespread, particularly during this month of Black History Month. We're talking about Black Classic Press, led by Paul Coates. We're talking about Mahogany Books. We're talking about the Doc Bookstore. We're talking about African American Literature Book Club, AALBC, Africa World Press, Sankofa Bookstore. The list goes on and on. They have had these Black bookstores and book sellers, publishers, and distributors have had the back of the Black community for decades. And I know this personally as someone who has independently published books myself. I know how much they love our people and love our leaders and love our struggle. Well, they are putting their tax to the path right now, joining the call for a pardon for Marcus Garvey. And the booksellers in their statement said, and I'm quoting, Garvey's conviction took place in a trial replete with bias and error, including insufficient evidence, perjury by a witness at the initiation of the U.S. government. Yeah, the forerunner of the COINTELPRO. J. Edgar Hoover, when he was a youngster, led that charge. And his proceeding as a criminal defendant without the benefit of a lawyer. We believe that a presidential pardon will acknowledge and begin to right wrongs committed against Marcus Garvey, and by extension, the global community of Black people. They are absolutely right. That's the Black history that I want to acknowledge this month. So y'all might be asking, Nikichi, Nikichi, this is Reparations Roundup. What's all this got to do with reparations? Well, when the Japanese Americans got their reparations, their bill garnered them $20,000 for each Japanese American detention camp survivor. A trust fund to be used to educate Americans about the sufferings of Japanese Americans during World War II. A formal apology from the United States government, and listen up, a pardon for all those who resisted detention camp internment. So although Garvey's unjust sentence was commuted by President Calvin Coolidge, his name has never been cleared. He must receive complete exoneration in the form of a posthumous pardon. And that is a legitimate reparations demand. You know what? If Biden and Harris can successfully promote Juneteenth up to the level of a national holiday, then they surely can grant a pardon to one of our Black nation's greatest leaders. You see, justice must go beyond a sister Supreme Court nominee. Now, don't get me wrong, we need that sister, progressive sister on the US Supreme Court, but justice is not to be limited to that. Justice must deal with the past as well as the present and down on into the future. And this is an important reparations act that I must add, it don't cost nothing. It doesn't cost a cent, not one red dime. It doesn't cost anything. The stroke of a pen. Pardon for Marcus Garvey. You see, I always say reparations is more than a check. Okay, check is part of it, but it's more than a check. It's acknowledgement and it's serious action toward repair. So please, 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 please go to justice4garvey.org, the website. Sign the petition. The petition is linked directly to the Biden-Harris White House. So your message will go directly there. You'll get an email back from the White House within a few minutes, actually, as proof that you have been heard. And after you sign that petition, go back to the website, justice4garvey.org, and agree to get the various updates. And then finally, I want you to forward that petition to Lottie, Dottie, and everybody, to the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. Okay, send it to everybody that you know. Let's honor someone. Let's honor someone who showed us just how powerful we are when we organize, when we unify, when we buy Black. Let's speak so loudly that our ancestors, as well as our unborn, hear us. What are your thoughts about the legacy of Marcus Garvey and what the United States owes, what the United States must do? After you sign that petition, go on and put your comments down below. You can contact me at nikichitaifa.org or go visit reparationeducationproject.org. It's Nikichi Taifa signing out.
You have been listening to Reparations Roundup News and Views with People's Lawyer Nikichi Taifa. The issue of reparations is on fire, and Taifa is spreading the message like a storm. Visit reparationseducationproject.org for info on the movement. For the full Nikichi Taifa experience, visit nikichitaifa.org. Reparations is an issue whose time has come. Don't miss the next Reparations Roundup.